everyone, I'm Alex. I make book and lifestyle and coaching and business content. Welcome in. In today's video, we are shooting for my Q1 reset. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done in this video. So we will be cleaning up my room. We will be going through my Notion, planning some videos together. I talk you through my podcasting and how I get all of that kind of content done. We will do my 2025 vision board together and a few other little things all in between. So very excited for this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next videos in this series. Let's dive in to the Q1 reset. We have made breakfast. Just scrambled egg that looks like an omelette, some salmon and a piece of toast. Took me 8 minutes. I'm going to sit and scrounge this now. I've got a coffee. We are going to start doing some more work on my screens just behind you. And that is breakfast. So we're on track, It's a breakfast. Breakfast has been consumed. We are now tackling the mess that is my bedroom. So some of the things we need to do: recycling, washing up, that needs to go downstairs and be dealt with. We have a pile of clothing and my shooting backgrounds are all folded up here, but need to go away somewhere. I need to find a home for them. We have all of my shooting gear that also needs to be broken down and found a home, because I'm just gonna have to take the L on setting it up and putting it down every time I need it. I just don't have enough space in my bedroom. I don't have enough space in the house to keep it set up. But that's where I'll leave it for now. I don't want to promise too much because I do have so many other things to do today. But I just want to do like a kind of reset of my bedroom space, find a place for all the things that need a home, and just kind of condense a little bit. So let's get started with that. Clean room, clean mind. And coffee. Let's go. We are now in the part of this Q1 reset where we are going through my content calendars for podcast and my list for the things I need to do for the rebrand, and we are also going to do 2 plannings for 2 of my videos for January for BookTube. So quite a bit to be done. I've already kick-started on some of it. So right now I'm going through all of my previous podcast episodes on sorry, those are the first 2 videos I'm going to be doing in January, because I already have those ideas prepped and ready to go, so it's no issue on that. So now I'm going to quickly go through the rest of my content calendar that I've honestly neglected in favour of doing the rebrand. I haven't done any of this content because my main focus was getting sorted with the rebrand. So all of these content ideas are still ready to go. So we're just going to go through on all of these, change the dates so they align to the first quarter of 2025, because all of these are still entirely relevant. I just didn't get around to doing them, and they align with all of the things I've got coming out in Q1. So that's perfect. Maybe that happened for a reason. But did we do February already? I feel like we did. But what I can then do, because I have all of these content ideas all gathered up together, is I can shift them around if I need to post something more relevant to what is coming out in content wise. I can do that. We are in April, aren't we? We did 2nd, this is the 9th of April. Honestly, a life update around April time would be great for me. I'd like to know what I'm getting up to in the middle of April, so ideal. But yeah, so what this does for me right now is it helps me to plan content around a central theme. So if I know on the 29th of February we're doing a podcast episode on Let's Be Delusional Together, all of my other posts in that week can be about being delusional and doing something crazy out of the blue, like you've planned on this forever, it's your biggest delusion, you're going to actually execute on this, XYZ. That content idea, that central podcast content idea, can become the week's content, if you see what I mean. So that can be static posts, that can be carousels. By static posts, I mean like literally just one picture of me with a caption, static post. It can be a carousel, so like a swipe slides. It can be like swipe slides for me are like more information, so I have a lot more piled in than just one static like face post. But I do group them, I just know the difference. That could be reels about being delusional, what delusional thing are we going to get up to this week. It can be a long form like YouTube video talking about delusions, being delusional, how to become the most delusional person in your life that gets everything she wants, etc, etc. And then the following week we've got main character energy and do you have it. So all of my posts that week can be about becoming the main character, becoming main character energy. Do you have main character energy? How do you know that? Da, 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 da. Here's how you get main character energy. So if you're seeing where I'm coming from here, by batch planning my long form content, it makes it much, much easier for me to have short form content revolving around what the main idea of that week is. So for a strategy week, the whole week's posts are going to all be about strategy. For talking about Elite Mind, the whole week's posts are going to be talking in depth about Elite Mind, building an Elite Mind, what does it mean to have an Elite Mind, da 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 da. Yeah, so this is the upside of batch planning content, looking ahead, very, very far ahead. So this is all of my podcasts up to the middle of April. That is such a relief that I don't have to think about ideas, think about anything like that. I just have to plan things each week around the central point of the idea. And all of these podcast episodes have been tailored to my brand pillars, to what I want to talk about. What I will do, not right now because I don't have the time, is now that I've moved them all, I will go back and make sure all of these podcast ideas, all of my filming ideas, all align to the products and the offers I have coming out in 2025. So that is a whole other planning day. That is a whole other situation, not within our Q1 reset. So what we are doing right now for our Q1 reset is, this is January 2025. So what it looks like, previous me has planned, is a lead up to the new year podcast episode. So new year, new me, but make it stick. We've got I think I changed that earlier, but yeah, the energetics of making yourself wrong. So like how you can stop making yourself wrong in 2025. And then we begin 2025 with Be a Girl with High Vibe Habits, the best frequency for your life in 2025. So I will probably then come out with 1 or 2 more podcast episodes that I will batch film in 2024 so that all of this content can come out seamlessly and I don't have to think about it anymore. But yeah, that is pretty much how I batch plan my podcast episodes. I align it first to my brand pillars, what I think is going to be best spoken about within the podcast, what's going to deliver the most, as well as aligning it with all of my products and offers coming out. So if I'm talking on the podcast about like fashion and beauty, when actually this podcast is centered around my business and my coaching, that just wouldn't make so much sense. If it's on the podcast with my sister and I'm talking about fashion and beauty, it's an all-round general pop culture kind of like lifestyle podcast. That would make sense over there. So aligning what I talk about on my podcast with my products and my services and the brand pillars, the things I want to teach, the things I think my audience want to hear from me, that makes the most sense. So yeah, that is what I'm doing with my podcast right now. So something else I need to do is flesh out some of these ideas. So not right this second, but I will go through these and then I've got like my templates set up. So like I won't go into like all my content pillars and everything because you don't need to know that. But I've got like my title, what I want the title to be. Usually it's something to do with the title I've already got in the piece of content. The caption that I want to include, including like if I have a guest on, it will in here, I will have all of their like social media content, their links, all that good stuff. The caption and introduction I want to give to the episode. The kind of shots needed. So for podcasts, this is the template I have for all of my content. But like shots needed for the podcast, I will need my thumbnail shots. I will need the actual video and audio versions. And yeah, I think, yeah, that's it. I usually take like screen grabs from the podcast as well to like dress them up and then post those as the thumbnails and also promote them on other social media with like a static piece of content, something like that. The script, so I write my scripts for the piece of content. So for this one specifically, New Year, New Me, but make it stick. The script might look something like, okay, the introduction piece has the categories I'm going to be talking about. It says briefly in 1 sentence what we're going to be talking about throughout the episode. So that'll be the introduction portion of the script. The main portion of the script will have all of the in detail bits I want to hit and talk about for this topic. So making it stick might look like being consistent, self-trust, like discipline. It might look like keeping your word to yourself, So these will be the main bullet points. And then any specific phrases I want to use, any specific examples. So like one time that I made New Year, New Me stick in 2024 was this. And then I will include that in my script. So I make sure I hit the bullet point of, this is something I did previously to make New Year, New Me stick, right? So that's the main body. And then in my outro, I will include any kind of promotional points. So if I'm promoting Elite Mind, or I'm promoting The Unstoppable Woman, or I'm promoting one-to-one services or something like that, that will also be in my outro to be like, okay guys, remember, if you love this episode, you want more on this kind of topic, here's the product, the service, the YouTube video, whatever, that is going to talk more in depth about this, or tell you what you need to know about this, or teach you this thing. That is in my outro, including like the usual, remember to rate the podcast, remember to follow me on these, and then sign off the episode. So that is what a script will look like. My on-screen captions is usually for my short form content, and then the cover is my thumbnail or picture cover or content I need to use in the cover photo. And then yeah, I make sure I go through it that it hits my brand pillars. If I need any inspiration for what's needed in the script, down in this template I will have all of that there. What else is there? Yeah, that's pretty much how I script and plan. my podcast episodes if you had any interest in that at all. But I will need to go through that at some point and flesh out all of these all of these ideas for January. But I just wanted to quickly organise that with you and kind of talk through my process of getting my content together, because I thought that'd be kind of interesting if you've never kind of come across this before, never seen this before. I thought, yeah, maybe that would be a little bit interesting for you. But on to my 2 videos for BookTube. We have I explain my book rating system and how much can I read in 24 hours. So these are the introductory 2025 videos that I'm very excited for. I think how much can I read in 24 hours will be so good because I've got a week off in the previous week. Christmas week is my week off of any kind of like business centered sitting at my laptop screen staring at a screen for 24 hours kind of life. So in that week I'll be able to sit down and do a how much can I read in 24 hours of just like reading straight, and all I will be doing is updating a camera and talking about my thoughts, which I love to do anyway. So not technically work, but it is work, but it isn't work, if you see what I mean. So I have a lot of time in the 2 weeks previous to get that done. So I think how much can I read in 24 hours would be a great video. And then I explain my book rating system is going to be a great video because I can script this ahead of time. I just have to set up my location to shoot and simply film it. And then it's a very easy to edit one, because if you've seen any of my like sit down chat to camera videos, they are pretty straightforward. Like I have swipes as my transitions, I have like overlays of the books I'm talking about, and then I have pictures and like sounds or whatever to just like flesh out, bring it kind of from 2D to 3D. So those edits are pretty simple as well. So in terms of planning for these, what I will do for my how much can I read in 24 hours, I will pick the books I'm going to focus on reading in that time period, because that helps me. This all is like one big, what's that meme where it's like the guy next to the like pinboard with all of the things, like all of the strings dotting to all different places on the map. This is literally me. But what I'm saying is, if I know that I've got a video I'm filming that needs 1 or 2 books to read for 24 hours through, that means in my December TBR, I need to set aside 2 books and not read them beforehand, so that I make sure I have books to read, if you see what I mean. So for this, I will probably go through here. Okay, so this was the previous one. Choose books from December TBR list. So I need, what is my December TBR? So these are the ones I haven't read yet on my December TBR list. Put those in. Already complete. Oh, can I type? So that's Spark of the Ever Flame, and already started, so I won't start these in these videos. That's Sword Catcher. So I've already done Heat of the Everflame as well. That's completed. Heat of the Everflame. Already started Sword Catcher. So I need to start and finish these books. So maybe what a good book would be Fourth Wing. And maybe the Inheritance Games. Books to read in this video. Perfect. So now I know my creation date I need to film it on. I'm going to go with the Boxing Day, because I'm pretty sure Boxing Day will be mostly free. So I'll do Boxing Day to the 27th. And then edit, I need to edit it probably this weekend so that it can come out this week. So yeah, we'll do the 28th as an edit day. Perfect. So I don't have much more to plan from this, because it is just me doing my thoughts and me recording those and me reading the book. So the other things I need to do, I need to get book covers, I need to create the file to put all of this in. I think I need to get Fourth Wing. I've already got the Inheritance games. Obviously I need to remember to pack them because I'm going to be at Sam's for Christmas this year, so I need to pack them, but that doesn't need to go in this list. Anything else I need to do? No. Sounds. Pick out sounds for the video. And that is that for this video. So how much can I read in 24 hours? That is pretty much all the planning I need to do because everything else is just actually within the filming. So this is still in the idea stage, so that's fine. Okay, I explained my book rating system. That's probably going to be the title or some variation of it. So my caption, I'll generate that later when I actually have everything that I've already filmed. The shots I need are going to be face camera main frame. I'll probably have a screen recording of, yeah, some kind of screen recording of the visual representation of the system. So I need to create that. So I need to create that in Canva so I can visually show what I'm talking about. I don't think I need any more kind of shots for this. So my script will be intro, talking about the video. Main is going to be, yeah, main is going to be I cannot type. Yeah, and then my outro is going to be linking to other videos, so I make sure if people don't know, if they're new to me, that I have other videos on these kind of topics, the books I've actually read and rated. I'm going to talk about upcoming videos in 2025, and then I'm going to do my usual sign off, socials and sign off. So yeah, at some point closer to the time I will actually script this. So through my 1-star through 5-star, I will like script exactly what I kind of want to say to keep it concise and keep it to kind of like a 15-minute video, because videos like this, you don't really want to be stretching them into the 30 minutes because who really wants to watch 30 minutes of talking about this thing? So I will script it more in detail to talk about my exact 1-star. Here's what I think about when I rate things 1-star. Here's what I do for when I rate things 5 stars. Here's the like categories I look through and how I decide on what I rate something. So that is not a now job. That is a closer to the time job. But yeah, I just wanted to take you through how I kind of plan and create these kind of videos, because it does take more than just setting up a camera and talking. It does take a little bit more than that. So if you are interested in the YouTube career, this is going to be something similar, thought patterns probably similar to what you are building and creating behind the scenes. So yeah, I thought this was just a really interesting section to include in my Q1 planning, because these are the things I need to think ahead about. There will be another probably 4 to 6 videos I need to try and include, because we have the rest of January to get through. Obviously the rest of Q1 I'm not going to plan completely ahead, because I just simply don't know what I'm going to want to be filming or creating other than in the business side with coaching, because that's already kind of pre-planned out with my pillars and everything like that. So yeah, that's it pretty much for BookTube. I really quickly wanted to talk through what my thoughts were with this 2025 vision board, because this is kind of like a little mix of work, play, fun, goals. So starting on the left corner, we've got a very bougie, very expensive green Bentley. That is just kind of like representing the opulence and luxury vibes. Next to it, we've got caviar on bread and champagne, olives, all that good stuff. That is also the opulence, the luxury, the eating for enjoyment rather than just wealth and health. Kind of below that, we've got travel and more upgraded and luxury versions of travel, because I've done a lot of budget travel before, and I think 2025 is my time that I'm going to be dipping into more of like the luxury hotel and kind of all-inclusive and yeah, high vibe travel. Below that, we've got my intentions for lifting, and specifically with this one, this is a squat picture because I'm wanting really badly to rehab my knees and rehab my lower back so that I can start front loading, squatting, hinge movements, all that kind of stuff again. Because of my injuries, I've just not been able to lift how I want to lift and how I enjoy lifting throughout the entirety of 2024. So a huge focus for my health is actually rehabbing my injuries so I can lift like this again. Then we've got F1 because it is my favourite sport and I really just want to spend a lot of time in my free time enjoying the sport I like. Moving on, we've got eating well. This is salmon, eggs, avo on sourdough, my honestly god tier breakfast. So that is just going to remain a constant. This is something I'm carrying through to 2025. Above that, we've got filming, we've got yoga, we've got editing. This is my kind of like, okay, we're taking care of ourselves, but we're also working, bitch. So a lot of filming, a lot of editing. I've got my DJI camera now. So this is kind of like romanticizing all of the gear I've already got to create the content I want to change my life. Then moving into the middle, we've got I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. That's an Ari lyric. Ari was one of my top 5 artists in 2025. So I think it's quite fitting that one of her most popular songs features in my 2025 vision board. So I see it, I envision it, I like it, I want it, I've got it. Like, this is my mantra and this is what is going to be carrying through into 2025 with all of my manifestations, with all of my like practices. If I see it and I visualize it, if I like it, that means I want it, and if I want it, I've got it. Like, it's already mine. Above that is reading. So this is the expansion of my booktube and my channel. Below that is public speaking and interviews, podcasting, all that kind of good stuff. So very, very keen on expanding that in 2025. On to the right side, we've got a kind of mixture of all of these things before. So massively with my princess treatment, my abundance through effortlessness, that is a key focus. Kind of with my, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. I'm very into golf at the moment. I very much want to build up my skills, take some lessons. So that is on my 2025 list. Champagne with the girls, specific time with my girls, that is also on my 2025 list. So at the bottom right corner, we've got going out with the girlies, and that doesn't necessarily mean out, it just means spending quality time, focused time with my girls. That is a huge focus for me in 2025. We've got, again, a girl in the middle, ripped body. This is where I'm also trying to get my health and wealth to. I want to be very confident in my appearance, very stable and strong, so my body can physically carry me through all of the things I'm about to up-level in 2025. We've got some of my favourite drinks, some pastries, which are some of my favourite foods. We've got me filming, and we've got makeup, because I want to take extra care with my appearance and who I'm demonstrating that I'm becoming, because in 2024, I kind of got lax with my physical appearance and how I present myself in the outward facing world. So I really want to like up my skills in the beauty world, up my skills in the hair care world, and have that be a core focus of like my self-care, because when you look good, you feel good. So I want that to become one of my core like motivations in my day, to take care of myself in a physical sense. So this is the roundup of my 2025 vision board. I'm very excited for this. I think 2025 is going to be a very pivotal year in my life, and I think everyone is going to enjoy coming along with me. So yeah, that is the 2025 vision. Very excited for this. I was going to talk through one of my projects that I've got going on, but I've realised this video is actually so long already, it's just not needed. So if you want to hear about an upcoming project I've got going on, drop a comment below and I will definitely include that in a different video. But this has been my Q1 reset. I don't want to keep you much longer. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the rest of Vlogmas. And I've very much enjoyed getting my life together in this video with you. So I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.